Bonjour! So we are in Riverview and in Creator World, and listen, I've been working on the town in Creator World, and then it just came to me like, oh, I think I've started episodes on that, and yeah, I did one episode previously, so I'll link it on the screen. And I was like, maybe I should recall what I'm doing, or else there's only going to be one episode there. So I've been working on it. The goal of that project is not to redo everything, but just to adjust lots the roads. So I've done the roads here, and also sometimes add some fence, some maybe change some trees, and have the world ready for the save file once I'm done with all the makeovers in town. Also, I'm going to rebuild some houses that were on bigger lots. I'm going to rebuild them on smaller lots. I've done that actually. And so that's the case here. And for the district I'm going to tackle today, because I'm actually in the middle of modifying everything now. So let's go there. It's this one, is the Dogwood district. Here, that's the name in Creator World. And I've started already doing the makeovers of all these houses, and I've added lots. I'm going to talk a bit more about it. I just need to pause for a few seconds. You won't see it because I'm going to watch the previous episode because I don't remember what I've said in there, or where I've stopped there, if I already talked about that or not at all. So let me go watch it, and then I'll come back and talk a bit more about the Dogwood neighborhood. Okay, so I'm back. So I didn't really talk about what I was going to do here. So yeah, you've missed quite a few things happening there. But I have recorded when I was doing the fence, at least when I was preparing the item for Creator World. So I'm going to talk about it, and then I'll insert some footage I've prepared. Okay, so what's going on here? The idea is to have the houses I've remade on smaller lots. So this one, for instance, I think the original one was a 30 by 40 lot. It's a great room, Great Dane. And this one is a standard poodle, and it was on a 30 by, maybe also a 30 by 40. So now a 30 by 25. This one, there is nothing. I've added this lot. It's a 30 by 25, but I'm thinking can use the same house and just, mirror it. So that's the backyard is there. So I'm going to explain a bit more about the fence. This one is the original size. It's for Lorraine's house. Don't remember the name, the breed of the dog. I gave her a dog from that breed. And then there is this one, that's the Teacups Chihuahua. It used to be like 30 by maybe 30 or 30 by 20. And now it's 25 by 20. This one is Pomeranian Hybrid. So it can be placed here or here. And then this one is empty. And here that is the CAW Chief. And then the park I've left, and those two I haven't done the makeover of yet, but already have an idea of how it could go. So I've already added a fence there. So the fence, the story about it is that a bit more than 10 years ago, Wo, who has created quite a few things in the Sims, but I don't think her website is still on. So I don't know if you can find the items, the fence on the internet anymore, or if there are, maybe they're archived somewhere, but they were in my game because I downloaded them like 12 years ago, something like that. I've got 2012 in my head. So the idea was that she made this so that when there is a gap between houses, so for instance, let's take here, between those two buildings, there is a gap here. And so if you don't want that gap to be apparent, to be too noticeable, she converted the different game fence mostly from the base game, if I remember well. And she made them for just to fill in that gap from the house. So you are in build mode from that lot, and you can add the fence here, just the the small part of the fence, so one tile big. So it's this one. It's the only one I've put in game. It's the freedom. Here it is. So it's a bridge, yeah. So to show you the size, and so from the lot you can actually see the item is there actually. So you can move it from the lot. And what I've done is that I'll show you the footage using just this one because it was the one used for the backyard. I've recolored it, so it's not going to be that color from the footage because I've since then customized it a bit differently because I wanted to tone it down. It was a bit too bright. It was too orange, I think, the wood. Instead, I'm using this one. But yeah, the idea was to have it available for Create a World so that I could use it and have the lots look bigger than they are and also connected, at the backyard connected, instead of having a mandatory gap between the lots. So it's just to pretend they are actually, the backyard are attached backyards. So these two here, I've done that here too. And I'm attempting to do that here. Maybe the trees might be, no, it's okay. So I haven't done the lots yet here, but the idea would be to have at least that backyard go up to there, and then I can do the fence here, and then yeah. So another thing you're going to see is that I've made the terrain under non-routable. So the idea is you go with like that, and so that means that the Sims, they cannot cross the fence there, so that they are to go here, they have to go through the lot. They cannot go outside of the lot. So that's why it works as a fence. So that's what I've done here. I'll insert the footage here, and then I'll talk a bit more about the district and what I'm currently doing there. So that's for the fence here. So I'll add the object to the save file. There are going to be a few items that might add like that for the save file. So this one is for Create a World, but it's from the game. I mean, it's not a new object. It's just another use for that object. And I still need to also add the bridges, the distant terrain, stuff like that. So the Dogwood district, what else am I doing here? So I'm testing having the fence at some place that might change. And I've also added a few trails, pathways, sidewalks here and there. And so there is one here, there is one running here at the back of those houses. And since the district is called Dogwood, I was thinking that I'm going to add quite a few more trees. So I've started here so that it explains a bit more why there is that much space in between the houses. And I also added some more here. And I'm thinking of doing a trail. Maybe, oh yeah, I've also, there was like, was it flat? It wasn't flat. It was just one big mound here, hill, a bit smooth. So I made it a bit less so. And then, if I remember, well, it's been a bit. And then I was thinking of maybe having a trail around there, or maybe going over there. So there is a mud by Annie that I really like. The Sims can ride their bicycles. They can ride them on the pathway, on the sidewalk. I've done that in a few of my towns where I did a mountain bike track, like not an official one. So, for instance, when I was a kid with my little sister, we would go to the nearby woods, and we would ride our bikes that were crappy ones. They weren't like mountain bikes, but that was so much fun. And yeah, stuff like that. So I was thinking that I might do something like that, not something as detailed as I might have done in other worlds, because I do not want to change it too much. But there's that big expanse of grass here that is not used. And I don't think there were that many spawners. I might have removed like a couple of them there. Yeah, I don't remember if there were spawners there. But if there were, I removed them. That's me. So maybe keep the hill area treeless and have more trees at the bottom, so that it masks a bit the trail, but have a trail going maybe even to the top. So I don't know, I'm not sure, I haven't done it yet, but I've started one here, so I'm going to have at least one running on the back over there and linking to maybe over there to that district here, to that hamlet over there. And I might add like a seesaw or something here, a few games the kids can play, maybe something for the runners if they go on a jog over there, and maybe they can use the pull-up bars from Showtime. Are these the chin-up bars? Yeah, from Showtime. And yeah, so that's my plans for this one. What I'm trying to do here. So if you have an opinion about the hill, I'm not going to tackle it right away. I'm just going to do the path, add more trees over there. I'm using also trees those are from University Life, I think. And the yellow cottonwood might be from Supernatural. That I'm not sure, but I'm going to guess. Or it might be from the Appalachia Plains. Shoot. I'm mixing them up, because there is the other one, the very tall one that is not yellow, that is from Supernatural. I've also added so to the trail here already existed. I've just added a few more connection to it. So this one and this one. I've added also the fence over there, and also I'm replacing a few lampposts. So this one is the one I've put, and the one that was originally there, it's the same one everywhere. These ones are the ones that are everywhere in town, so that I'm trying to replace with, since we have more variety in there too. So I'm going to do something there. Are these floating? Not really, but they're not also totally connecting with the ground. So I haven't started sculpting the terrain, but that I'm going to do too. Okay, so that's the plan here. Another thing I'm thinking of, so that's the gym, if I remember well. Yes, and this is the school. I'm going to keep just the one school here. I'm not going to do a second one because in my mind it's a smaller town than Sunset Valley, where I added another school. And I'm thinking I'm maybe connecting these two somewhat in Cradle World, so that the gym is actually the school's one. So I'm not sure yet, but I'm going to work in Cradle World to have at least a parking area, I think. Or maybe I'm going to do the school and the gymnasium before I really start on what I want to do in Cradle World there. But yeah, I'm planning. It's going to be totally different. Oh gosh, I might be planning a bit too many things. It's going to look too different. The idea was to have like a makeover of Riverview, to totally change it, but I'm about to upload that version of Riverview I've done so far to my game, so that I can place different lots I've done and see if they fit. And I might start on another lot in that district, so one of those 3 over there, or maybe these, depending on if I am inspired or not, but they won't be ready before a while. Taking my time with this one, but yeah, so that's going to be it for this episode, and I'll see you in the next video. À bientôt!